Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, do you think that as you've grown as an okay, speak English, baby. Do you think as you have grown as an artist, do you think your audience has grown with you, or is there, is there
Wow,
a disconnect? Or
that's a good question. Yeah, I think my audience, if anything, it's kind of I've like ever since coming out and everything, I think my audience has leaned more queer. Like
mm,
it's just kind of like I think well, especially through Bermuda Jones too. That character themselves are non-binary. And whenever I go to like a book reading with Bermuda Jones or like I introduce the character to somebody, they're always like odd that they're a
mm,
character that they're a non-binary character. And I love seeing people, especially non-binary people, being able to connect to that, and being like, "Wow, I can see myself in this comic." And it's like, in a way, I feel like I'm that in a way that I feel like that I'm giving back in a way because it's like I'm having representation of non-binary
yeah.
people in my comic, and I think that's great. I think we need more of that. So I love seeing people smile and light up. And I think to answer your question, yeah, I think my audience has definitely gotten a lot more queer leaning, and definitely more of the horror
Mm,
aspect of it too.
right.
Ever since I did Tales of Hoodoo Horror, I think there was a lot of conversation. I came out with the book in 2019, but it was inspired largely by Jordan Peele's work with Get Out, and seeing that like, oh, we can write our own stories in the horror
Mm,
world. And then after seeing what was that documentary called? It was called like Horror Noir. It was like the one
yes.
on Shutter, and then
Yes.
seeing like, oh wait, this we've always been here.
Yeah, we have.
We've always been here. It's
So
there's this
good.
huge history of it. So it's like,
Yep.
like seeing that emboldened me to like, yeah, write horror stories from that black perspective, and connecting with the black audience too. I think, that has also been really heartwarming and open for me to like to see that like we also belong in the horror world, and we also have our own stories and our own characters and mythos and folklore and everything. And yeah, it's been really cool seeing that audience grow in that direction. It's a small audience, but like,
Yeah,
I love every one of them. Anybody who buys a
exactly.
book of mine, I'm just like, yay, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that was my impetus for creating a black cast in my horror comic is like you never, I mean, well, can't say never anymore because LL Cool J seems to survive every horror movie he's in. But normally we die in the first 10 minutes is the joke, right? And
Mhm.
so it's like, okay, I want to make something where we are the protagonists, we're the antagonists, like black people gonna be in the end of this book. Like
And that's what I love too much so much about nothing good ever happens is that like that it's about community. I feel like whenever
yeah,
when I
sure.
when I read that book, it's about these people coming together and trying to like solve this zombie outbreak and how
Yeah.
to kind of come together and everything like that. And I think that's a big part of the like, the black community that needs to be shown and needs to be like highlighted and shined at.
One thing I really love about horror, the horror genre in general, is any group dynamic. Like my favorite horror movies are usually groups of people trying to figure stuff out. Whether they turn on each other, whether they depend on each other, that just makes it more interesting. The soap opera within the already chaotic thing of horror, like the people aspect of it, right?
Mhm.
Well, I think just in my comic, having them go around to different parts of Oakland and different neighborhoods, different cultures is one aspect. But then also now, feel like I'm super ambitious for doing this, but I'm now determined to be like, I never see any fat people in a damn horror movie. I need to see some big people like me that are damn
Yeah.
held it
Well,
down.
and they're not just like eating all the time. Not
Yes.
like the stereotype of just like like because there's a film I watched recently where it had like a larger character, and they were just like eating like a chicken on it, like,
Oh my God, it's
and I'm just
amazing.
like, come on, this guy's got more. I mean, it was the movie was largely based around like archetypes, but
Mm,
like there was no reason to like do, them dirt like that person dirty like that.
yeah,
It's
like
like,
catching strays for no reason, man.
yeah, yeah.
But also, just on the same token, is that I don't see people with any disabilities. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the first person that had a disability was in Walking Dead. I want to say
Mm-hmm.
season 9 or whatever, where there were two deaf characters. And I'm
Oh
like,
yes, yeah, the Def yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
sisters. And I'm like, there's got to be more people who would survive that use a wheelchair that maybe are, sight impaired. I would love to.
Yeah.
And I have jokes in mind too. I would love to have a sight impaired person killing the wrong people. Oops.
Oops. That's great. I love it. That's a smart idea. I love it. That's great. They're like, I did it. I killed them. And they're like, yo, you just killed our best friend or something.
Exactly.
That's
So is
funny.
there, so you mentioned it a little bit. Is there another genre you'd like to try, like, acting or dance or music, or maybe even, sculpture, installation? Is there something that you want to try that you haven't?
Yeah, yeah, I've always been fascinated by the drag world. I
Ooh,
thought I
sweet.
would do some drag. I've been playing with the idea some more. I even have a name. I already have a drag name too. I be profane would
That's
be my
hilarious.
would be my drag name. Um, and like I know some queens. I just need to like build up the confidence to be like, hey, could you be my like my drag mom
I
for
know
like
some
a
queens too.
weekend, you
I
know?
could hook
And
you up with a couple queens.
yeah, yeah. I just need to be like, just put me in, light me up. I got a song, and I would be totally horror themed too. Like,
Nice.
I'm a big fan of Dragula, and I used to, I haven't watched the newer seasons, but like, I used to watch that show when it first came on Shudder, and I was like, oh my God, this is like my home. It's like horror and drag.
That's
Um,
hilarious.
and it's so cool. Like, it's because it's like, horror fans are already obsessed with like makeup and special effects,
Yeah.
and the drag world are also obsessed with costumes and
Art. Yeah.
wardrobe. So it's like you just combine those two and you have like the gore effects on top of these like awesome costumes, and it's just like that world was meant to be together. It's just
Totally.
like so unanimous or harmonious.
I
So
want to
yeah.
say there was a horror drag queen on RuPaul's Drag Race, but the name is I can't remember their name.
Mm.
But that was fun to watch too, because I like you. I like the makeup aspect and the dramatic aspect of it too. Um, so do you think, let's see, what's another one? Oh, this is one I totally ask everyone. Do you have a daily practice, whether it's a daily art practice or just a daily ritual routine that you get into? Like I like to draw a little bit every day. A couple artists said they pray or take walks. Is there something that you do every day,
Um,
like to do every day?
yeah, so like I said, recently I've been kind of doing less visual art and I've been doing more like music. And I've been working on songs. So I'll literally get up in the morning and it's all electronic, like sample based music. So like kind of like the Avalanches or MF Doom. So excuse me, sorry. So I've been like just getting on my iPad and just like making songs and making beats.
Dope.
And I'll do that for, like a few hours before my shift at work. And I'm just obsessed. I'm just obsessed with making music right now.
Oh,
That's kind
if
of
I
like my
had
world.
Dude, if I had more time, that would totally be my thing. DJing and making beats. I tried it a little bit in college, and it really does take up all your time once you get into it. My friend had an analog system back in the day at the time, so it was just like it took a lot more time. Now everything's digital, so it'd be easier. But oh my God, I would totally be down to do that too.
Yeah, and especially with the analog world, like that's a whole other learning implementation of like how these machines work. And just I love,
Hmm.
like I said, my dad was a musician, so I grew up with a lot of uh what do you call it, like task cams or like Moogs and like Korg keyboards, and just like
Yeah,
they look like otherworldly. They always look like dashboards to like a control panel for like a
spaceship
spaceship
for
or something.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I'm
it's
like,
so
I want to
dope.
get on that. That looks fun.
It looks
So
fun. No,
so
my
yeah.
ex partner's brother is a DJ, and I always, if I had time to go and like, travel and go get in the studio, I'm just so fascinated by analog DJs that are still using vinyl
Mhm.
and making their own beats with actual drums and piano, because he does all that stuff himself and samples is himself.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
cool. That's super
exactly.
cool.
That's so dope. So, let's see. Uh, oh, this is an important one, and we kind of talked about it a little bit. Do you think all art is inherently political, or do you think that it has to have a specific, theme or direction to it, or just is the art of making art, is that political?
That's a good question. Yeah, I think like well, we give art meaning, right? Like I think the best art is stuff that is given to an audience, and then we kind of like put our own thoughts or perceptions onto it. It's sometimes I'm not saying this is all the time, but sometimes it's wrong for an artist to be like, my art piece is about
Yeah,
so and so, and it's like it kind of spoils it, it kind of
sure.
ruins the magic, and you're left with no real like uh, questions or thoughts to like kind of like extrapolate from it. So I like some of my favorite art is just like weirder outsider um art that just has no, like David Lynch, like he was
Mhm,
famous for just being like, I'm not going to tell you what it means. You just got to figure it out. So
sure.
it's like that kind of world of creating and then us giving meaning to it. But I do feel like within the like you're saying, like the process of making art, we can't help but like imbue our own thoughts and ideas into it, and that happens organically and naturally. So I do think that like yeah, a lot of art that maybe isn't political can be political because of one, the way that we interpret it, or two, just like the beliefs and the thoughts of the artists themselves that kind of bleed into the
Yeah.
work itself. And I think it's important, like especially nowadays, like we just need more political art. We need more art that stands up to the powers that be and reflects the times uh that we're in, to keep that like also to keep like a timestamp of like where we're at culturally, what we're going through at the moment in
No,
this
for sure.
history and time. So
No, I really enjoyed, my favorite type of art is art that gives the audience agency, right? And gives them the permission to speak up about how they feel, not only about my art, but like you said, whatever's going on in the world. And if our art can speak to that and evoke that and bring that to the surface, I think that is super powerful. Because so many people kind of look at art as an object or as a luxury instead of something that is practical in our day-to-day lives that they can use to fuel their voice and fuel whatever they have going on, and sort of um, have it resonate with them and sit with it in a way. Whereas the ordinary, I would say ordinary political day to day, like so
mhm,
many people forget that, getting up, making a decision to go to work or go to school or feed your kids or take care of it, that's all political, right? Those are all political decisions, and we sort of look outside of ourselves for politics, and I think that's a mistake.
mhm.
So I think I've asked everyone this question. What would your dream studio look like? Dream location and setup, what would that look like?
Uh, Definitely not in the same room that I sleep in. Like I want to be able to like go somewhere. That's a good question. That's a the like definitely another part of the house. Lots of flowers, lots of plants.
Mm,
I'd like to be surrounded by more green,
mm-hmm.
or like lush, vegetation. That would be kind of cool. My partner also does art, so I would love to like share a studio space with them so they
Right.
can work on their video art and I can do my music and my illustration, my comics. I think that would be cool because like as cool as it is to have a space to like yourself, like again, the community aspect of art, like sharing it with people. So like maybe a bigger studio that could like house up to like two or three other people. So I can, we can share ideas and we can
Mm,
trade artwork and be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Hey, I need some help. I'm stuck on this little thing.
right.
They can help you, and that back and forth with art and
That's interesting. That's been such a through line in the majority of the artists I interview, that all want a community aspect of being able to have community and join with other artists in their space. So that's
Mhm.
really cool.
But I'm also really shy too. So it's like, don't expect me to be bugging you all the time, kind
Well,
of
I want
thing.
my room to hear in a larger
Yeah.
space, right?
But like yeah, it is. I think we're all yearning to just be seen and be
Mm,
heard. And if it's through other artists in which we get to do that and share that with, I think that's, we've affected somebody. We've affected somebody with our artwork that way. So it's always nice to have like that community and that sharing of ideas, that together, that warm together feeling.
hug.
Yeah.
Unless you're saying not affect but infects. You don't really want to infect
Yeah,
every.
no, 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 no. Keep them germs to yourself.
All right, so wrapping up, is there a new tool or even just a tool that you've used over the years that you want to shout out and let people know about? Either a new art tool, book, film, or something that is really important to you that you use or you want other folks to know about?
Yeah, I guess for music, I've been producing all of my beats off of this program called Koala. It's for the iPad, for anybody who has an iPad out there.
Nice.
It's really intuitive. It's really easy. Uh, it's all MIDI files, which are like digital, musical files. And definitely if for anybody who wants to pursue music out there too, learn mixing and mastering. Like learn
Yeah.
how to EQ, learn how to compress, learn mix bus and mix gain staging, and those things will make your music sound professional. And like I think there's a lot of people who are just like making music and just like beats and everything and putting them
Mhm.
out there, and that's fine, and that's great because that's creative. But like learning to mix and master like takes your stuff to a whole other, like, oh, I can put this on headphones and it doesn't sound like crap kind of thing.
Nice.
So I think that's been a really big journey for me as far as like the music side. I guess as far as illustration, I use Procreate for my illustration and my comics. I did all of Bermuda Jones off of Procreate,
Oh wow.
and that was like a big uh I don't have a lot of room in my apartment, so I don't have to like use tons of paper. And not that traditional art. I wish I did more traditional art, and for all y'all who did traditional art, are amazing. I just don't have the room and the space for
Mm.
the paper and everything, and all the supplies and all the inks and stuff.
No, if I
S-
could pan the camera over, there's a big stack of sketchbooks and paper right, right here.
I miss sketchbooks though. I do. You know what? It's funny. I bought a sketchbook recently, and it's just been like every once in a while I'll doodle in it on the bus. I like to do like live studies on the bus of just
Oh wow.
people. Usually it's somebody on their cell phone. So most of the portraits are like this, of people looking down, because that's when you can only catch people not looking.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I'll sketch my sketchbook every once in a while. Bad.
Nice. So shout out to social media and let us know where we can find you.
Yes, on my Instagram is at 105 PUTTY. That's where I post all my illustration as well as my music.
Nice. Thank you so much for doing this. This has been a blast. I learned so much about you that I didn't know. That's really amazing. Like I said, it's great seeing you at Zine Fest, but it's also really nice to have a conversation. So thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. It was good to see you. Thanks for the convo.
Of course.